Scorpio, welcome to your June 1st to the 15th reading. Please know that all time is fluid, so I simply use the date markers for my own benefit when I upload them. This will reflect the energies that are currently permeating. Now, I like to do a lot of higher consciousness messages, obviously, the soul messages, the wisdoms we are working with and integrating. But we are human and we are amazing, yeah? So how that energy likes to make manifest into our everyday realities can sometimes look like us getting completely frustrated with insert that thing, person, whatever. It's important then perhaps to be very practical in our assessment of how that might be happening in our everyday relationships, connections, challenges with our finances, careers, journeys. You know, the push-pull of how much we integrate soul or follow mainstream will always be apparent in our journey as empaths, intuitives and sensitives. So I'm going to do a little bit of a different reading style. So this will reflect your energies and the other. Now, the other can represent a person. It can represent a situation that is most prominent for you this month. It can represent whatever you mean. But by all means, switch and change the energies as they are appropriate, okay? I will talk about it as two sides to a coin. So what this situation means for you, what it may represent and teach you, what area of life it might be falling in. I'll also look at the energy that bridges you between this and between you and them, okay? So that's in bridging the gap between two souls. That is bridging the gap between you and your dreams, bridging the gap between you and your conflict towards greater understanding, whatever the case may be. I'll clarify that with some tarot and what else? I may even pull up some, if I am called. I have noticed for some of the zodiacs I haven't been, but for some of them I have. I've needed to also feel called to pull a couple of soul cards and higher consciousness cards to clarify how that links into those that might be aligning to an ascension path, all right? If that makes sense. Just follow the intuition and I'll go with it. Now, so June 1st to the 15th, we will see our 5th retrograde happen with Mercury going into retrograde. Now, we've had the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius already, and by all means, you know, we're going to be noticing a volatile energy, this push-pull energy, that this love versus fear, oppression versus freedom energy. We will see that permeate in the collective. We will see that permeate in our personal lives in one way or another, within our workplaces, depending on our circumstances. So how best do we navigate? Well, perhaps it would be wise. June is not the perfect time to make decisions per se when it comes to new things. However, if we have to, we can always be very practical and do so, you know, just being aware of what energies are at play. We're still going deep with all of those retrograde themes that have been mentioned in all the other videos. So if you haven't already, check it out. You know, check out your June reading and your May readings. With now 5 planets in retrograde, changes here, whether we feel pushed into it, pulled into it, choose it, allow it, is completely unique to us. So let's take a look. Who am I up to? Scorpio, forgive me. Let's take a look, Scorpio, at your energy and the other, okay? Now, your reading was absolutely beautiful for June. It was amazing. I loved it. It was literally like twin flame energy plus, plus, plus. Like if you graded twin flame energy on some other level, and like, you know, we can romanticize that and apply it to a beautiful relationship, yes, but it's a very rare one. More so, we can apply that to the relationship we have with self and our soul path, and it still, that too is very rare too, yeah? It was a beautiful reading, Scorpio. It was magic. Let's see what practical human stuff wants to show up for you, or maybe it's an extension of your soul stuff. You and the other, okay? Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Okay, my dear. 6 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. The Lovers, look at you go with your same theme. King of Pentacles, the Devil, holy dooly. The Sun. You and the other. Now listen, take your heart and mind and apply this however it resonates, okay? I feel like a collective theme here for you. I feel like I need to read this as one line rather than two little groups. As in, there is no separating them. There is no separating this because it's already been unified. Underneath all of this is the clarity of the sun, and how much crystal clear clarity can you get when the Ace of Swords wants to show up and the sun wants to show up. Definitely I'm connecting into Scorpios that are going to be experience a lot of joy, romance, congeniality and good times and strong clarity. Feeling like, wow. Oh my goodness, hun. Okay. Scorpio, sorry, this is your first time to the channel. I'm quite the emotional empath. I just feel everything. I know you are too. No, I actually enjoy these readings so much. I feel like I'm sitting with you and just connecting to you. Because I've never done YouTube, right? So I've always done I've done personal readings, whether I'm connecting to you on the phone or connecting into your energy over an email reading, whatever, or in person. I never actually thought that the experience would feel like this. I don't know what I was thinking. You have walked towards the sun, my dear. Look at this. Okay, so I'm going to interpret this as one energy and then another. So whether this is you and the other, you take it however it resonates. I'm just going to flow. Trauma, heartbreak, betrayal has been a wise teacher that has taken you all the way back through your childhood, even as far back as your past lives, to truly get clear and integrate the value of those lessons and what they have taught you. That you can even wear your pain, wear your heart as a crown, as a headpiece that you are proud to wear. Look at their shoes, even their shoes are red. You are grounded in this wise knowing of what heartbreak and trauma has taught you and the purpose of its gift in your life, to the point that it has led you to truly understand who you are and what your purpose and path is. You have ascended. Look at this. 3. No, I'm looking at it backwards. Sorry. You have multiplied, okay? I thought that was a 3 and 4. This is the 6. 3 and 6. I don't know what order that's in for you. I'm getting confused with the mirror now. You have amplified it. So someone has handed you trauma or a traumatic experience. You know, because someone can hand us pain and betrayal and something that really... Nature versus nurture, right? What we do with that, we can either become it and continue that continue reproducing that energy and allowing that to be in our lives, and it touches the lives of those we're meant to care for, and we've continued the karmic patterning, yeah? Or we can amplify it. 3 to 6, we can expand it into something that looks like the Six of Cups energy. The 6 of Cups is love, but it is congenial love. This betrayal, this pain has truly taught you the value of how traumatizing toxic behaviors, abuse can be, and how we can really choose not to be that energy if we want, and how hard that is, but how much of a gift congeniality and genuine open-hearted connectivity is, and how much that truly is a gift of love to anyone that crosses our path. It is a gift. Look at her holding the ace, the 1 of cup, that 1 cup. It's a gift, okay? And you wear that knowing. You wear it on you. You are very aware of it within your mind. You don't necessarily wear it as a badge of honor, saying, yeah, I've been through all this shit and now here I am. But you are wearing it as your headpiece, as a symbol of it is front and center always. I will always be conscious of my thoughts. I will always be conscious of what energy I'm emitting. I will always be conscious of what I'm giving to other people, because I know how valuable a transparent and giving heart is when we come from purest intentions of just love, because it grows them too. It grounds them in love. Look at this. I feel like crying. This is the 4 of Cups, the 4 walls I want to call home. 4 is the number of building found, it is the 4, that love, that knowing, that wisdom we have integrated from the pains of our past, and how we decide the value of love versus hate. We know the value of love and we'll choose it anyway, despite what we've been shown. Despite someone's inability to do that for us, we choose to be that for everyone moving forward. Oh, you guys, what are you doing, Scorpio? I feel like there's sudden clarity in the first couple of weeks for you, in the sense that you will also be cutting out anything that resembles behaviors, ideas, belief, influences that are tied to this. You will energetically feel that this no longer affects you in any way. And I'm not saying it has. It probably has on internal level, but you haven't shown anyone. You will feel the remnants of it leave. And if retrograde season means that memories of it in some way come back to you to raise awareness within you, it's there for that conscious reason. Okay? This is your energy. I see that you have done a lot of work in your past life. You've done a lot of work healing childhood trauma. You've done a lot of work cutting away anything that gets in the way of you feeling like everything that I explained when it comes to the 6 of Cups energy. Despite what life has shown you, you still choose to be congenial. Offer your cup. Show others that the value of love is worth so much more than the temptation of fear. I often say I hate what fear does to people, because it drags us through our shadows. And it's not that our shadows are bad, but to keep us stagnant and stuck. Now, good golly gosh, on this side, I've got the Lovers, the King of Pentacles, and the Devil. You might be dealing with a Capricorn, okay? That is the Capricorn energy. This is the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is Gemini or Gemini season. All right, Scorp. You got a nice little balance. Okay. So, if this is what was shown to me, what I've experienced, toxic behaviors, I can still choose to be that. Look at this, exactly the same thing, Scorpio. Both sides. Look at them. They can live their life like that, feeling oppressed, stuck, tied to toxic behaviors, choices, patterning, which we never truly understand until we take that journey back through childhood, yeah? Or we can feel like this when it comes to our connections and truly feel this connection is a blessing. I feel this side of the fence has been very practical in their true understanding of the value of what toxic behaviors, experiences, and the shadow self. Really committed to the journey of moving through the shadow self into the light self. Okay? Really committed. This is a commitment energy, a marriage. A marriage has taught you. An upcoming marriage will teach you. An upcoming or a current commitment has taught you the contrast of what it truly is to be in connection like this and what it is to be in connection like this. And if you've been, I feel like this is past energy. We are both bringing our wisdoms to the table, okay? Because we are clear on the wisdoms of everything we've learned in the past, okay? Thanks to the 6 of Cups. We're wise. We're wiser because of our betrayals and our pain and toxic behaviors that have pained us, so that we can successfully come together and commit. When I was getting excited before and I was like, but then I got sidetracked. You are both walking to the sun, Scorpio. What does it take to walk towards the sun? Who am I to say, oh, I'd love a beautiful connection, I'd love a romance of a lifetime? In order to get this, in order to get there, like let's be honest, folks, okay? As humans, I keep talking like I'm an alien. As practical 3D individuals that love to challenge ourselves, because that's all we're doing. Our soul is just challenging us. We just love to challenge ourselves with very human 3D wisdom classrooms. Yes? We have to know what love is not in order to know what love is. We have to know what a healthy connection is. In order to know a healthy connection, we have to see and experience a toxic one. Who knew what codependency was until we found ourselves in codependency? Like, sorry. Who knew what narcissism was until you had to Google it for that first time? I'm not laughing, and it's not funny, because I understand the pain of the journey, guys. But we didn't know until we became aware. And once we are aware, we know better. And when we know better, we do better. And there's a lot of wisdom integrated. Pretty sure that was even the title of your video recently, a couple of readings ago. This is who we are as humans. And we are constantly, every day, with every choice, tempted to revert to the shadow elements of the lower chakras. We are never truly stuck. And this is the energy that's permeating collective at the minute. We are all experiencing this love and fear energy. Yeah, love and fear. How many couples and marriages are now in lockdown together when our society has forced them into this routine where they didn't even know each other anymore because we're leaving work for work, 7 o'clock in the morning, whatever the case, not coming home till 6 o'clock at night. No one knows each other. So we know what that looks like. We know what that, but how many of us can say we know what that genuinely feels like? Because we're living these human lives with human choices to have that massive loan, to buy that beautiful house, that I can't leave my job, I'm stuck because I've got to pay the mortgage, and these toxic beliefs that keep us bound down. This is also a commitment card, you know, a deep bond. A deep bond can look like both, but a wise bond, I am committed to knowing, this is the energy in the middle, I am committed for the long haul to truly integrate the wisdom of my shadow and light. And I don't feel I'm connecting to Scorpios that are going to be doing this because they need to flow through a lot of this stuff. I feel that's done. That energy has been done. I feel you have met an individual, and if you haven't already, you will be meeting an individual that truly has done the same work, the same integration lesson, the same wisdom lesson, and they are clear too. They know who they are. They know what needs to be cut out of their life. They humbly accept their own shortcomings and what they've learned when it comes to this shadow element. I keep refusing to say it. I need to say it. What does it mean to walk in the sun? To walk to the sun. We can say all we want that we want this, but how many of us live a life like this, yeah? Truthfully, we're always seeking approval, acceptance, I'm waiting for that text message, whatever the case, and do they think I'm okay? We haven't quite healed from our trauma and the heartbreaks of the pain, so we're recreating patterns. In order to truly walk to the sun and receive a connection that is just like this, that feels like the warmth of the sun, I don't even have the same thoughts and concerns that restrict me, tempt me. I just know that I love and I am love and I am here to love and I'm grateful for it. How many of us are willing to walk to the sun to get that warmth? Because that sun is also blindingly clear. It's not moonlight, it's not darkness. It will shine a light on everything within us that keeps us away from that. It will shine a light on everything that makes us feel that we still have to keep elements of this, because that's a false twin. That is a false love, all right? That is true love. That is a twin flame. And in many times in our journeys, we meet someone that we think is the one, And I'm reluctant to say this, but they can be the false one, the false twin. Okay? But everyone is valuable in the journey, because they're our wisdom teachers. That's how we get clear. That's how we get wise and truly integrate the wisdom of trauma, heartbreak, so that we do not then infect others with the same pains. You know, hurt people. But even when we've been hurt, we actively, consciously choose to get clear on the patterning there, and we are a pattern breaker then, Scorpio. You have broken patterns that were shown and taught to you or evident since childhood. A past relationship, okay? If it doesn't take you back to childhood. You have broken patterns, karmic patterning from an old connection, old way of doing things. You have chosen to walk to the sun. You have allowed its rays to not only burn away the density of your darkness, and you've been humbly grateful for the wisdom, the clarity, and the lessons. It has now nourished you with a love that feels pure, that feels like sunlight, that is actually life-affirming. Because without the sun, we would just be in darkness. And we wouldn't be here for very long. We feel lifeless, yeah, in this darkness. But it is under the sunlight that we feel clarity. All sunflowers turn their face to the sun. This is the connection, state of being, awareness of self, your path, whatever the case may be that you have never felt before. And you will continue to receive your confirmation that this has been integrated. These wisdom lessons have been integrated when it comes to twin flame love, the merging of the divine masculine and feminine within. You have truly integrated the wisdoms of your journey. You have walked into the sun bravely, and now the sun shines for you. Whether that's reflected in a love connection, whether this is the relationship you have with yourself, whether this is a commitment, this is a path, a way of being that you will take forward. This is a connection that you want to commit to, yes. Okay, when I said before that you have dropped karmic patterning, it was about releasing the control of the father. It was about releasing the control of the false divine masculine. Whatever that means for you, there's a very big difference between power and empowerment. Sometimes masculine energy is there because we think its job is to keep us safe, but there's a very big difference between shadow masculine. There's a very big difference between shadow masculine energy and divine masculine energy. And sometimes as women, we need to go to the depths to discover what that is for ourselves. Sometimes we are blessed to see that symbolized in the men that we meet. Okay, you will know the difference. There's a very big difference between power and empowerment. And feeling like, more than that, feeling like you are on top of your path, you are in control in your path, whereas in the past you were unsure of what the divine was trying to teach you. Okay, you were unsure of taking next steps, if you like. You were juggling two parts of yourself, feeling like you had to juggle two parts of yourself, where they've now truly been integrated. For the wisdom that they both offer, yeah, there is a purpose to being and engaging these parts of ourselves, as well as these parts of ourselves. I can even take that one step further and say, these are my lower chakras, or my shadow sides of my chakras, yeah? And these are my higher chakras, or my light sides of my chakras. Look, it's the same couple, guys. Choice. It's all about choice and a clarity of everything I've learned that can lead me to empowered choice. I don't really know what else I have for you. This is just a continuation of your June monthly reading. The energy that binds you to this, I feel the need to do a different kind of reading for you, lovely. What do I need to clarify? Do I need to clarify? I don't feel like I need to clarify. No, the cards just want to drop. This is the Six of Cups is clarified by the Six of Cups. The Three of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. The King of Swords clarifies the Ace of Swords. The Star clarifies the Lovers. The 8 of Pentacles clarifies the King. And the Devil energy is clarified by the 5 of Cups. You successfully, look, the Ten of Swords is under here. You've successfully integrated something that has ended. You have karmically dropped, okay? You've walked away from the emotional loss that has come from being in connections and feeling like human shadow sides of self and relationships have been of influence and never led us to the fulfillment we were seeking, when all we had to really do was walk towards the sun. We knew it was going to take work. We knew it would burn us. We knew it would highlight our shadows. Yeah? Just as it highlights the shadows in others. You're committing. You're willing to work on this commitment. You know, it's something that's a long-term goal. This is a gift from the divine. This beautiful connection is a gift from the divine. This beautiful connection you have now, this ascended connection you have with yourself, is a gift from the divine. This awareness that you suddenly have, this is a gift from the divine. There's an upgrade in our mental faculties, our mental body. Okay, Scorpio, there's clarity. The King of Swords is clarifying the Ace of Swords, like the 3 of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. Heartbreak, trauma has perhaps held you back from new beginnings and commitment, and that's a story that tells itself. But you can actually make an investment and make a practical commitment to the wisdom of what pain and trauma has taught you. Now, maybe you are a therapist, maybe you are a counselor, maybe you are working with people in an advocacy or social work kind of position, yeah? You can commit to the value of what trauma has taught you. Not only that, you can actually make a career out of it. The 6 of Cups is clarified by the 6 of Cups. If this is not a soulmate connection, if this is not a past life infusion of wisdom, I don't know how else to... Maybe children are involved. Maybe you work with children, okay? Maybe you know this person from childhood. Take what resonates. Maybe you know this person from a past life. You have known this skill and ability, and this wisdom has wanted to be ground down from a past life into this one, and you are there. You have integrated it to a point that you will probably make a career out of this knowledge, this wisdom, is what I want to say. I don't know what else to tell you. Visualize. You're working towards manifestation, okay? Visualize. Trust your visions. Oh, sorry, this is the Secret Language of Light deck. All right, who's Denise Jarvie? That's right. Visualize. You are coming into, look at this manifestation energy, which that 17, 1 and 7 adds up to 8, okay? You had the 8 of Pentacles show up to confirm this commitment. You are committed to this path ahead. This wisdom you have learned, this wisdom you're wanting to integrate and transfer to a career path, whatever the case may be, this connection, this beautiful connection that feels like the sun, the Lovers, visualize the future ahead. I don't see you having any issues in the first 2 weeks of June. June is a hotbed for conflict, and I was wanting to do like, hey, heads up, this is how you're dealing with the everyday realities you're finding yourself in. Scorpio, your good flow, your good juju, your good vibes continues. This is beautiful. If this is a connection, enjoy those beautiful snuggles and sleep-ins and whatever you lovebirds are doing. If this is you and your relationship with soul and self, God, enjoy that just as much, if not more so, because to get to that point of freedom within self is everything. If this is strong clarity within you, your path and your purpose, your soul mission, keep visualizing, work with it, work with higher self, keep connecting in to those visions. They are potent and they are there for you to create from. Okay, so jot them down, write them down, see what comes up and note them, and then go back, revisit them if it doesn't feel right to sort of bring it all together yet. Okay, we are in retrograde season. We are working with stuff from the past. Your past self is perhaps trying to talk to you. Past lives are a strong theme at the moment, you know. It's about solidifying everything we've learned since that time, or bringing them to the here and now. All right, my dear, I hope you've enjoyed that. I'll see you next time for your June fortnightly reading later in the month. Enjoy, Scorpio. Have a good couple of weeks of June.